All right, all right. Sha'ak Bayana coming at you with the new style of how I'm doing my videos now. Um, just for the time being, most I will I get back to my dry erase board. But today's topic I have going on is what is the name of God? We do know there's a lot of people that believe in different entities, different powers. They have a whole lot of different names and titles for God, but does God actually have an actual name that we're supposed to make reference to and honor and cherish, especially as Israelites? You know, long ago, there was a time where, and even today, I guess you could say, people would, reference to idols, idolatry, and they would literally lean on what they felt like, in their mind, what they thought the power was to them, you know, and they would build idols, statues, paint images, and they would pray and worship these things. But what they didn't realize, because it wasn't given to them to understand and realize, is that these things had no power. They weren't actually living a living God. They had no life force in them. So today I want to jump into some scriptures. Then I'm gonna touch on some Hebrew text. So let me get the screen share going so you see what I see. Let's start here. All right, so something I always like to do. I always like to jump in the book of Romans before I start any lesson I do. Even when I'm at home, I like to do this with my family as well. All right. So this is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2. It says, and be not conformed to this world, which is this society that we live in, or any society that's other than what the Most High has set for us to follow. All right. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay. We got to change our thought process. We can't keep calling on God, 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 and not being exact to who we talking about. It's like you could say, girl, 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 a bunch of females will turn around and look at you, or man, 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 and a bunch of men will turn around and look at you. But who are you talking to? Who are you addressing your prayers to? Who you crying out to? You gotta refer to the Creator's name. Can't just be God, God, God all the time. All right, all right. I'll read that again from the top. It says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." Okay. So first thing first, that's the first step you got to take in renewing your mind, changing the way you think, your thought process. Don't be stuck on because I learned this in church. We just pray to God and there's no specific God that you're praying to. Because you got to remember, even in the Bible, it talks about different gods, different idols, different deities that other nations pray to, that they honor, church, they worship. But it wasn't talking about the power, the creator of heaven and earth. It was reference to people, to nations, what they felt like God was to them. All right. So I'm gonna jump to another scripture. We're gonna take this to Exodus. Exodus 20. Let me see, verse 3. It should be about that. Come. All right. So now we're in the book of Exodus. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3. It says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. So this is letting you know that there are other quote unquote gods. Not necessarily they have actual powers as the Most High, the creative heaven and earth does, but there are other gods, deities that people do look to, they worship and praise. Right? It's gonna get a little descriptive. Exodus 20 and 4. It says, thou shalt not make unto thee. All right. Don't create for yourself. It's saying, do not create for yourself. Don't make this for you. All right. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth, under the earth. Slocking. Right. So we're not supposed to paint out any picture or any image of the Most High, whether it be a representation of heaven or anything on the earth or anything under the water. You're not supposed to do that. All right. The Bible in I believe it's in Daniel, it does give a description of the Most High, which is what we should follow. The same way it gives a description of the Messiah, the son of God. Later I'm going to do another video separately on the Messiah's name, but I want to keep this strictly about the Most High's name, so I'm not going to really dive into that like that. So let me jump over. So I got. Let's go into Proverbs. Proverbs 30, I believe it's 30 and 4. Right? Because all throughout the scriptures, the Israelites, they knew who they were praying to, they knew who they worshiped. Something like that. Yeah. They knew it. It wasn't a secret to our ancestors. But today it seemed like it's so top secret. And nobody really wants to deal with it. It's just there. All right. It's Proverbs chapter 30, verse 4. It says, who had ascended up into heaven or descended? Who had gathered the wind in his fist? Who had bound the waters in a garment? Who had established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? Okay. It's a question. What is his name? Who did these marvelous wonders, these miracles? Who has all this power to do these things? What is his name? And what is his son's name, if thou can tell us? Right? Now, modern day, when you look in the Bible, there was things changed around from language to language. So the Bible we have now in the standard English that we use, you might not get the full gist or the full meaning of the Most High's name or who the Most High is, who the Most High is. It can be confusing, but you have to refer back to a different language, which is Hebrew, right? So once you deal with another language and you deal with it, you see there's a different understanding. Every language has a different but similar form of grammar, and when you're dealing with the grammar and languages, you have to understand what it entails. One language can say something, and to you it might mean something good, but in that other language and the culture, it's adapted as something bad. It doesn't have no positive connections to it. So you have to be very careful with words and what language that you're dealing with. You can't just take everything just for face value. Oh, we just see the Bible in English, we just take it for that. No, that's one way. When you look at the scriptures, some things do come off as confusing, as if it doesn't make sense, or if it's maybe man just misinterpreted it wrong. But no, from Hebrew to English, you had to add words and put things in there for it to make sense in English coming from Hebrew. So that was one thing, as it says in the Apocrypha, they don't have the same force in them when they change into another language. Just paraphrasing. But in this case, this is a question that's being asked. If you can tell, what's the Most High's name? All right. We'll jump over to the book of Psalms. Psalms 96, and let's see. I guess we can start at verse 3. All right. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 96, verse 3. It says, declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. Now, the heathen would be other nations outside of the nations of Israel, who are God's chosen people. So it said, declare his glory among the heathen. Don't be ashamed of the Most High that you believe in the true living power. Don't be ashamed to stand up in front of the Arabs, the Muslims. Don't be afraid to declare the Most High glory in front of the Asians, your Japanese, your Chinese, any of the Asian cultures, like any of these Asian cultures, the East Indians, don't be ashamed of it. Be firm in it. The Africans, because not all quote unquote black people are the same. Don't be ashamed to claim to know that you know the Most High power. Those that do know His name, have no fear of these things, man. Be firm on it. Be set. Be firm. Don't let nobody shake up your faith on anything in it. Be solid with it, man. All day, every day. Don't ever let that be a bother to you. All right. Read that verse from the top again. Psalms 96:3. It says, declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. Verse 4. It says, for the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. Right? You gotta remember, an idol is nothing. No, people fear idols. The idols are nothing. It's something that man built with his hands. They have no power in them. Right? Verse 5. It says, for all the gods of the nations are idols, just as I said. All the gods, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Okay. Not just the heaven where the Most High's throne is, but the heavens as far as different elements. If you deal with Hebrew, you know the word Shemayim represents, which pertains to the elements, different elements from the Most High's throne to the waters, because you have different different creatures live different places. Like we as humans, we can't live in the waters. The Most High made the waters for the fish of the sea, certain animals to live in it. We can't live in that habitat. No, we stay on top of the land. That's what we do it. That's where we walk. That's where we move. Right? What I leave off at? Okay. Yeah. So as I said, we can't be ashamed to reverence the Most High. Right. I think I got another verse in Psalms, and then I'm gonna take it somewhere else. I got another one in Psalms. Yeah, I do. Like we're talking about these idols, these false idols. I think it's Psalms 115. Verse 1. Now this right here is gonna break down to you what an idol is. And for those whoever watching now or view this later on, Most High will open your mind to this to understand the idol, what we're dealing with. All right. So let's see. I started verse 1. So Psalms 115, verse 1. It says, not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name. There it goes about the name of the Most High again. Give glory for thy mercy and for thy true sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their God? Okay. Verse 3, it says, but our God is in the heavens. He had done whatsoever he had pleased. Okay. This is David. This is a question and response all in one. As the other nations might say to us. This is when our ancestors were slaves in Egypt. We went through hard bondage, and the Egyptians, where is the power of your people now? Where's your God at? How come you got to go through all this? You enduring all this stuff, So that was kind of my creed in bringing it out until the Most High showed His true power, And I jump into that into another lesson. But verse 3 again, it says, but our God is in the heavens. He had done whatsoever he had pleased. Now this is for the other nations, the heathens. It says their idols are silver and gold, the work of man's hands. Right. So if you have any sense whatsoever, you shouldn't have to create with your hands your God, with your power, what you believe in, to be your protector, your creator. You shouldn't have to use your hands to make this person, to make this image up or anything. It makes no sense to do that. We're gonna go on some more in Psalms. It's gonna get a little bit more descriptive. It says they have mouths, right? So we got mouths as humans. We got mouths, but they speak not. Why is that? Because it's not in them to talk. They're not alive. You put them together. You compile clay. You probably had welders that put metal together, as it said, mentioned the gold and silver. We know how the jewelers do with gold. They can craft and scope things with different materials. But these things don't talk, they don't walk, they don't do anything. Right? So it says they have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throats, right? So these things have no power at all. It's just a statue, a statue with an image that somebody's mind came up with to put together. You craft the idol, you know. For those that deal with the apocrypha, and Bel and the Dragon, when Daniel was explaining, like these idols are nothing, you know. Every time that Daniel said, well, if something happens to these idols, we have to repair them. We got to fix them. So that's showing you they have no power, no nothing, you know. And as here is given the description, they have the features of a person, you know, eyes, mouth, noses, ears, throat, everything, but they can't do anything. Right. So where's that I leave off? I stop jumping back in verse 7. It says they have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throats. Right. Verse 8. It says, they that make them are like unto them. So is every one that trusteth in them. All right. A dumb idol. All right. I'm gonna stop at verse 9. It says, O Israel, trust thou in the Lord, for he is their help and their shield. Okay. So the Most High is our protector, our provider, our protector, our creator. All right. Let me grab this verse out of Habakkuk. So we got to keep in mind, man, that when we dealing with idols, idolatry, we have false hope in these things. There is nothing that a dumb idol could do for you. Uh, 2:18. Yeah. Hold on, let me jump to the Bible real quick. Make sure I'm giving y'all the right thing. Don't like putting out no bad information. Okay, so I was doing this wrong. To verse 18. Okay, there we go. All right. It's another question towards the idols that man makes for himself or herself. All right. It said, what profited the graven image that the maker thereof had graven it? All right. What gain does this graven image get? What does it get? Nothing. Right? Read it again from the top. What profited the graven image that the maker thereof have had graven it, the molten image and the teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols. All right, that's that word dumb idols I was talking about. Dumb idols can't do nothing. It's a statue. It's like you go to a store and you praying to a mannequin with a nice outfit on, which is what they use to show you how the clothes might look on you. Right? You see a mannequin with a nice hoodie on. Oh man, that hoodie look nice. Or a mannequin with a nice dress on. You look at the dress. Yeah, the dress. I like the way it's set out like that. Just to give you images of how it may look on you, as far as the mannequins. But some people have these illusions that they can look as good as the way things are laid out. Just like our sisters that they're overweight, but they want to wear the smaller clothes to feel like they sexy or pretty or something. That's stupidity. If it's not of you or you don't have the body type to fit into those type of clothes or anything, then don't wear it. It's not you, right? It ain't gonna look right. Just a little off topic, but just giving y'all a little idea of how our people get these delusions and we go off. That's why I'm digging into the idols. Okay. So read verse 18 again. All right. It says, what profited the graven image that the maker thereof had graven it, the molten image and the teacher of lies, because it can't teach you nothing. Idols just they can't teach you nothing. You only believe what you want to believe about the idol. And I've heard and I've seen like certain things online where people say, well, this God told the people to make an image of it. If you're a true power, why you can't make your own image? Why you couldn't just build up your statue? You have to have man to mold you and sculpt you, and you ain't doing it. So they pray to what they think is power, but it's not, right? So it says, in the teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols. Verse 19, woe unto him that saith, the wood awake. Okay, the wood awake. Oh, you thinking about you think idol the Mulak and K-Motion. These was idols back in the day. In the scriptures, people really was believing that these idols was working and doing miracles and wonders for them. So they would sacrifice children to them and all type of crazy sick nonsense. When you take wood, you take something, you mold something, it does nothing. Okay, can't work for you. Right, from the top again on that verse 19. Woe unto him that saith the wood awake, to the dumb stone arise, it shall teach. What is it going to teach? Nothing. And what people do, and a lot of other nations do, because not using your brain, and it all boils down to the Most High didn't give this understanding to everybody. So you got to look at it that way too. The Most High didn't give this wisdom and understanding to everybody. So of course, it's only right for people to go this direction and to think and believe this way, right? Just to say something as the stone arise, all right? It shall teach nothing. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it. No breath meaning no life in it. It's lifeless. Okay, it's dead. It's a dead dumb idol. It can't guide you or teach you anything. You conjure up your own from your own imagination. And what I see today is like a lot of our people, they go off into these things too. A little while back, I was talking to a sister who left the church. And I'm not saying it's wrong that she left the church, because the Christian church now, they don't really teach you nothing. When you're not dealing with the laws of God, you have no way to govern yourself. There's no boundaries. You do whatever, so you going off the deep end. But she left the Christian church to go into Buddhism. And I'm asking her, what is it about Buddhism that stands out to you so much? And it's all about peace, 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 tranquility, unity, meditation, and stuff like this. Okay, but what lessons do you learn? And I do know in Buddhism, because I've studied different things just to understand why I don't deal with it. I've studied other things. There are principal teachings that they do teach you, and it's everything is not bad. There is truth here and there. Everything isn't bad. So I'm not just gonna throw stones at it full blast. But at the end of the day, it's not what we need to be doing. You know, yeah, there's nothing wrong with meditating. There's nothing wrong with trying to bring inner peace to yourself. That's cool. That's cool to do that. But you can do that with the scriptures too. Overall, you can definitely do that with the scriptures. But is all when you look at it, you're not praying to a image, or you're praying to something that can physically speak to you, that can interact with you. And the Most High interacts and speaks to us all the time through the scriptures. There was a time where we could pray and we were closer to the Most High. Now it's a challenge to get back, because we've gone so far as a nation, as a people. The Most High right now, just He handed it to His Son, and through His Son coming on earth, who gave us some lessons to show us how to live our life day to day, to praise and honor the Most High, the Father. Okay. So what was that? Habakkuk. Let me jump over to Isaiah. So we always gotta, you know, remember there is only one living God. And I know some people want to probably think or feel as if you can pray to whoever, whenever, however, when it make no sense. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 4. It says, "For Jacob, my servant's sake, okay, and Israel, my elect." Because remember, the nation of Israel is the chosen people. Okay. It says, "I have called thee by thy name. I have summoned thee, though thou hast not known me." Right. And you go to the book of Isaiah, this is a point where the prophet Isaiah came to bring us back to the Most High. A lot of times throughout the scriptures, the Israelites, we went off and we wanted to do and follow other gods and do whatever we wanted to. So there was generations that didn't have the spirit of the Most High on them at a certain period of time. But the prophets will always come to bring the word back to help us get back to the Most High. All right. Verse 5. It says, "I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me." Right? So the Most High letting you know through the prophet Isaiah, it's only me. Even the angels are creation of the Most High. Okay? They're not gods as far as their own creator, and they do their own will, their own thing. Because the angels submit to the will of the Most High. They honor the Most High, right? But the Most High, the real power, he don't have no sidekick, no partner, that can, hey, I take off a day of work and you just do everything. You work all the miracles and wonders, and I just stay in the back, sipping on rum punch or something. The Most High don't work like that. Okay. Now, yeah, he has angels and he delegated certain offices for them to do stuff. Same thing with a business. It's not just one person that just does everything, especially these major companies. You have different offices in these businesses. The Most High has different angels delegated to do different things, different tasks. Right. All right. Verse 6. It says, "That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else." Most High repeating itself again. Right. Verse 7. It says, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things." Now, when you go into the scriptures a little deeper, you'll learn that the Most High makes good and evil. So when you feel like, hey, it's the Satan is working on me, the devil is doing this to me. No, the Most High created those evil spirits to punish those that don't follow him. That's why you have evil spirits. And it's the Most High that's going to get rid of those evil spirits. But as I said, the Most High uses those spirits for those who disobey him. That's why you have bad in the world. The Most High does things for us to come back to him. It's not just for fun and games. The Most High, when he loves his people, just like a child might love it should love his children. Your children go off, you're gonna discipline your child. So the Most High allow us to go through certain things in life, and people want to blame God, as they say, for all of their troubles and all of their woes and things of that nature. But you got to realize, when you're not following God, and when I say not following God, I mean you have your own way of thinking, you can serve the Most High. When the Bible tells us it's keeping the commandments is serving the Most High. Yeah, things might not be as easy to do. It may seem almost impossible, but you got to put forth an effort. You got to try. It tells you in the scriptures that when you're trying to do something, I'm just paraphrasing, the Most High will make a way for you to get it done. And I'm definitely a living witness of that. I wasn't privy to certain feast days and didn't know how to do it, but I was able to learn from elders, able to be around different brothers that did the ceremonial laws. I took notes, and I went back to study on my own as well. And I would teach my family. Sometime I would go out and link up with brothers, and we'll hold a feast day or two. We'll do it. Now I try to do stuff, in my household with my children. I got a nice sized family. Seven children and a wife. Most High will to bless me with more. But that's just an example, man. We definitely got to strive and try to do better, but we always got to know who we're serving. You know, think about it. Who are you serving? You know, don't just say you believe in God or you pray to God or thank God. What power are you referring to? What's your power's name? Who is he? Is he the God of everybody? Did he create everybody, but he has a chosen people, which is reality? Yeah, Most High created everybody, but he does have a chosen people, people special unto himself, right? Separated from everybody else. And that's something, it's a hard pill to swallow for most, but it's just factual. You know, those who living and stuck got their mind stuck in a Christian church, the very Bible that you hold and that you say you love and you read and you cherish, it's in there. It's telling you these things. You know, it's not telling you to go out and just take a brick and hit Mr. White Man upside the head, or put your foot out and trip the Chinese man up, or stick a sword in the back of the Arab man's back. It ain't telling you to do that, you know. But it's telling you primarily you have to keep these commandments, you have to keep these laws of your God, your power. They have theirs, you know. They do their thing. We got to do ours. All right. So let's see what else I got for y'all. We're gonna take a little trip to see if I want to jump back into Psalms. Yeah, let me jump back into Psalms. 68 and 4. Now normally I try to keep everything Hebrew. I don't try to do so much lessons as this, but I do need to do more as far as bringing the word out, just so you all don't, because I know a lot of people that might not understand Hebrew. It is a hard concept to grasp, because the thing is, hey, who really speaks the language? Who really knows this? How do I know what you're saying is true? And there are things that documents I can show you and give you to coincide with what I'm saying, and how I might say stuff in Hebrew. There are things that I can give to you, but that's for another time. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 68 and verse 4. It says, "Sing unto God, sing praises to his name." There goes the name, his name again. "Exalt him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Jah, and rejoice before him." Now here it says Jah, right? Jah. It says Jah. Now, if you do your homework, you do your research, you will know that the letter J was introduced about 400 to 500 years ago into the English alphabet. There was no letter J. Before that, there was the letter Y, right? So it is say Yah, not Jah, right? And if you get a King James 1611 Bible, they didn't even have J's in the Bible. They had, everywhere you see a J, well, would have been a J, it's an I there. Furthermore, showing you that. So here it's just say Yah, not Jah. But I'm a further show you some more stuff pertaining to this, right? So read that again, and then I'm gonna pull up the Hebrew text that I'm referring to. My paper's at. Gotcha. All right. So Psalm 68 and 4. All right. Sing unto God. Okay. God means power. Sing unto the power. Sing praises to his name. Extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Jah, and rejoice before him. Okay. So if y'all remember in the book of Exodus, right? And I know this trips a lot of people up. It's not and I didn't see this when I first started getting into the Bible. So I've had my times where I had to sit back, humble myself, and learn. So this is not something being thrown. I ain't throwing nothing at nobody to tear them down or anything. It's just something you got to come into the learning and know, right? Where am I at? Okay. All right. I'm gonna start at verse 2. Okay. What should I start at verse 1. All right, and then I jump into the Hebrew text. All right. So this is about Moses in the book of Exodus. This is before we came out of the land of Egypt. All right. So book of Exodus chapter 3, verse 1. It says, Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb. All right. Verse 2. Right. It says, And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. Right. So when I was in church, the church would say God appeared unto Moses, not the other way around. It says it was God in the burning bush. That's what they would teach you, you know. But here it says an angel of the Lord, right? It's referring to an angel, which is angel is a messenger. Okay. So when you're reading the text of this, you got to have in your mind, okay, if it's an angel of the Most High, who is this angel? Who is this messenger of God? You know, that's the Lord. I'm gonna go a little deep on this at another time, and then I'll bring it out to you. So it says, an angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush, right? And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. Okay, so this bush was on fire, but it wasn't burning. You know, it's as if the like it was just a light around the bush, or all around the bush, consuming the bush. Um, so this is Moses speaking to an angel of the Most High. Verse 3, it says, And Moses said, I will now turn aside and go see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. Okay, so Moses went to further examine this. All right, verse 4, and the Lord, hold on, and when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am. And he said, Draw not nigh hither, put off thy shoes from thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy, it's like it's holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy fathers, right? The God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, right? So he's making a distinction who he's the power of, right? He's not mentioning any other nations. Now, originally, and then this might be a debate some people might want to draw, but Abraham was technically not an Israelite. He was from the land of the Chaldeans, from Babylon. But the Most High seen something in him to draw him from amongst the Babylonians. Okay, and Abraham was chosen to be the first the first progenitor of the nation of Israel. So Abraham was separated from his people and given the honor to do that because Abraham didn't think as his people. Abraham wanted to seek out the true living God. He knew the way his people live it wasn't right. All right. So just to stay on top, just to not get away, stay on topic. That's a little just about Abraham. All right. It says the God of Isaac. Isaac was the second son that Abraham had, who was given the covenant, not Ishmael. Okay. And the God of Jacob. And Jacob was one of Isaac's sons. You know, he was Jacob. Jacob was the second son of Isaac. Um, Esau was the first one, but the covenant went from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. So it skipped over Ishmael and it skipped over Esau. Okay, went to Isaac and then went to Jacob. It says, finish this verse out. And Moses hid his face, and he was afraid to look upon God. Now here's just representing power. Okay, when it says God, because this was not God actually there in the burning bush. This was a representative of the Most High, right? Verse 7. And the Lord said, and the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. Okay. So this is the Most High making another distinction through his messenger. Okay. It's not, we were we were captive in Egypt. So we know right here it's telling you that the Egyptians are not chosen people of God. The Most High power is not dealing with the Egyptians. Because later on throughout the book of Egypt, the Most High sent them plagues and almost wiped them completely out. So that's not the power of the Egyptians. And if you study going to with the people that follow Egyptology believe, you know, they have many idols and gods, and none of them was able to deliver them from the hand of the power of the Israelites. Didn't happen. Okay, let me jump down some. I'm gonna go down some. If you read verse 8, it'll give you different names: the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, which are different Hamitic tribes. Let me go to the point I'm trying to get to. I start at verse 11 and go down. All right. And Moses said unto God, who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? Now, before this, the power mentioned to Moses that he was going to be sent to bring out the children of Egypt, his brothers and sisters out of Egypt, okay, out of this bondage. And Moses is questioning pretty much why am I being chosen to do this? Who am I that you're going to pick me out of everybody to do this delivery, right? Verse 12, and he said, certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee that I have sent thee when thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt. Ye shall serve God upon this mountain. And Moses said unto God, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel and say unto them, the God of your fathers has sent me unto you, and they say to me, what is his name? Okay, now we're going back to the name, because we already knew when it came to the Most High, we knew the Most High had a name. So Moses is asking them, who should I tell him sent me? How can I speak to them if I tell them, you know, hey, the God of your father sent me to deliver you out of Egypt? Who? What God you talking about? Who you referring to? What is his name? What shall we call him? All right. So Moses said, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? Right. Verse 14. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am sent me unto you. Verse 15. And moreover, unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Now I'm going to stop right there, okay? Jump back to verse 14. Now, when you see where it says, I am that I am, right? And then you jump down to the second line, and it says, unto the children of Israel, I am has sent me unto you. That's not the name of God. So in translation, to make this make sense, they had to take out the actual Hebrew context that was there, the actual name in Hebrew, to make this make sense. Because where it says, I am that I am, if you go into, let me see if I can pull this real quick before I jump into the Hebrew text. I believe it's in 1 Corinthians. I think it's 1 Corinthians 10. No, 1 Corinthians, yeah, chapter 10. All right. Okay, yeah. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. It'll tell you this is who this is referring to. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save that part for my part 2 to this video when I go into the name of the Son of God. I'm gonna save that part right there. But just keep in mind, it's referring to the to God, but this is an angel of the Lord, a messenger, Malach, a messenger of God that's speaking to Moses. Right. So let me pull up the Hebrew text. I'm gonna stop sharing this. I'm gonna pull up the Hebrew text for y'all. Okay. So right here, this is the Hebrew text. I know everybody might not subscribe to the Paleo script, or sometimes I might even use the picto symbols that actually look like actual pictures. But primarily, I do use the Paleo script. All right. So this is the verse from in Exodus, verse 13 to verse 14. Okay. So as always, Hebrew is written and read from right to the left. Okay. So here, all right, zoom back out of that. Zoom out. All right. So this is the book of Exodus, Shamwath, all right, which means the names. All right. So here it says, Waya Amar, Masha, Al, Ha'alahayim, Hanan, Anakia, Ba'a, Al, Banyim, Yasha Allah, Wa Amata Ya, Laham, Alahaya, Abawat Yakam, Salak, Shalak Naya, Alakam, Wa Amarwa, La'a, Ma, Shamwa, Ma, Amar, Alham, Waya Amar, Alahayim, Al, Masha, Ahaya, Ashara, Ahaya, Waya Amar, Ka, Ta Amar, Labanyam, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Alahaya, Abawat Yakam, Shalak Naya, Al Yakam. Okay? So I'm gonna break this down for you. So I have the pronunciations down here. So here, where you see Waya Amar, this will give you an idea of when you're dealing with Hebrew text, how it's laid out. So the Bible is narrated. So there's a story, there's stories being told by people that were given the inspiration of what to write from the Most High. So when you see Waya Amar, see if I can get that highlighted for you. Waya Amar, right? Right here. Okay. This means, and he said, okay. So this is somebody speaking. So it's somebody writing down, hey, and he said, now who did he speak to? Let's get who he spoke to. I'll put that in green. Get who he spoke to. Oh, more yet, who's speaking? All right. So and he said, Masha, which is Moses. All right. And who he spoke to? Unto the power or unto God. Behold, Hanan Anakia, behold, to say, when I've come unto the children of Israel, and I say to them, the power of your fathers sent me unto you all, and say they, or say, and they say to me, what is his name? Or what name him? What's his name? Okay, I'm gonna jump down here so y'all get what I'm talking about. So this would be the breakdown of a little bit more of the breakdown. It says, and he said Moses unto the power, behold, I have come unto the children of Israel, and say to them, the power of your fathers sent me unto you, send me unto you all, and say, and they say to me, what name his? Now I put it like this because in Hebrew, that's the way it's written. Okay, you put the possessive adjective, you put the noun before the possessive adjective. So you're referring to a name, and then you're referring to the possessive adjective after that. That's just Hebrew grammar. Okay. So they say what is his name? Or here, what name his? All right. What say unto them? So in English, it'll say, what should I say to them? What should I tell them? And he said, the power unto Moses, I will be that which I will be. Now, this was the angel referring to himself first. Then it goes into referring to the Most High power. And he said, this you say to the children of Israel, Yahweh, okay, which means he is or he exists, okay? Yahweh, let me change that color. So right here, Yahweh. There we go. Do it like that. So Yahweh, the power of your fathers sent me unto you. Now, right there is where the name of the Most High is given. You know, so I say it's not God. And I know some people like to pronounce it differently. They like to put the U in there. But when you research Hebrew grammar and the way it was before, it was changed into what we know as Yiddish today, or modern Assyrian, you know, or just modern Hebrew in general, how it's spoken. You know, they didn't have the vowels in there. So there was no U, no V, no E. These letters didn't exist in there. Definitely no J in Hebrew. Okay. So this is where the name is given. Yahweh, the power of your father sent me unto you. Now before that, I will be that which I will be. And as I said earlier, people like to say God's name is I am. No, that came off. It came off as a bad translation to put it that way. I am. You know, that's not a proper or appropriate way to define the Most High's name, because his name is to say he is or he exists. Okay. So I'm gonna read through the text once again. I'm gonna make a little bit more highlights here. Let me get this right here. This is another part that I want to be laid out. Where is it? Go. Israel. 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 Okay, because this is referring to who the most power is for. All right, I'll leave it like that. I ain't gonna kill it with highlights. All right. The children of Israel. Banyam Yasha Allah. All right, princes of the power. Okay. This is who this power is for. Okay. So with that being said, like I said, I'm gonna do another lesson. I'm gonna tap back into this in the beginning, but I'm gonna go into the name of the Son of the Most High. Okay. So I'm gonna jump into I'm gonna use the Old Testament and the New Testament to go ahead and lay that out for y'all. But one more time and read this from the top in the Hebrew from right to left. It says, Waya Amar Masha al Alahayim Alahayim Hanan Anakya Ba'a al Banyam Yasha Allah Amartaya Laham Alahaya Abawath Yakam Salaknaya Allah al Yakam Waya Amarwa Slaki wa Amarwa La'a Ma Shamwa Ma Amar Alham Waya Amar Alahayim Al Masha Ahaya Ashara Ahaya Waya Amar Ka the Amar Labanyam Yasha Allah Yahweh Alahaya Abawath Yakam Salaknaya Al Yakam. Okay. So right here would be, this is your fathers. All right. So this is saying Israel, Yahweh, power of our fathers. Okay. Okay, and this is who Moses was sent to, the Israelites. Okay, his people is as well. All right. So I'm gonna close this up. Any questions, comments, agreements, disagreements, like it, don't like it, okay, let me know. And like I said, I know some people don't subscribe to the pronunciations that I might have done. They might not use the paleo text that I use, but this is something, I've studied this long and hard, and this is the way, I go into Hebrew. Um, this is a book that I've showed this book quite a few times. Let me get that in focus. So I showed this book quite a few times, how the Hebrew language grew. It's like how the Hebrew language grew. And then it goes into details of different time periods of Hebrew being used, from it being to a language that uses no vowels to a language that comes into using vowels later on. But once again, my name is Akbayana. I appreciate y'all watching my video. The water. I want to say a Shah Shabbat Shalom for my Hebrews, my Akim and my Akiwaf, Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. Till next time, man, it's your Akbayana. Shalom.